All right, good evening. Thank you all for tuning into our live broadcast this evening. Trina Hall, good evening to you. Welcome, welcome, love it big time. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Before we get started with tonight's show, there is breaking news from out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. There has been another mass shooting. At least four people were killed during the mass shooting at a medical building on the hospital campus in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Tulsa police also said that the shooter was dead as well. However, it is unclear how he died. And they're now going from room to room to check the building out to make sure nobody else is in the building or another shooter. Again, another mass shooting, this time in Oklahoma. Four people have been killed, including the shooter himself. At this time, that's all that we have. It's not a whole lot. When more come up, I will bring it to you all. Okay. Uh, Tonight's show was, yes, you can say the spare of the moment. It is indeed. It is out of control. It is that. It's crazy. It is out of control. Again, this wasn't a planned show for tonight, but when we got an email today about a very, very disturbing situation, and many of you have made comments on it. We're going to discuss it tonight. A 10-year-old girl, as I'm sure all of you know by now, Gail Jackson says she definitely should be charged. And that's our question for tonight, and we're going to get deep off into the case so I can bring you all up to par on what I'm talking about for those of you who do not know. But after I give you a brief description of what's going on, then you can decide whether or not the 10-year-old girl should be charged. Okay. Orlando, Florida. Authorities have taken a 10-year-old girl into custody after an argument between two women escalated just before midnight Tuesday. Police were called to a home on Mercy Drive where an argument between two women took place, and it ended in gunfire. According to police, the mother, Isaac, handed her 10-year-old daughter a bag with a firearm inside the bag. The juvenile, the daughter, reaches into the bag, pulls out the gun, and fires two shots, killing Lashun Rodgers. Both mother and daughter were taken into custody. The mother is currently facing manslaughter charges, negligence, child neglect, contributing to the delinquency of a minor, aggravated assault with a firearm. The child is now in the custody of the state. The child is 10 years old. Okay. Now, she looks older than 10. Okay. Okay, let me look at this comment right quick. It is from Jean. She says, yes, that happened here in Oklahoma. Tulsa, so sad. And just over the weekend, a young woman lost her life at a festival. But I know myself. Gone. Wow. Jean, thank you for that update. Miss Taylor, good evening to you. Welcome. I guess it would be safe to say that all hell is breaking loose. If you want to know why some things are going on, I guess all you have to depend on what you believe. Is open the Bibles, and you will indeed see that the word is fulfilling itself. I want to talk about the little girl for a minute. I was on the phone with my sister, Yvette, today. And when I called and asked her about it, she was reading it then. And she said something to the extent about the girl must have been a good shooter. Well, I don't know. But here's what was very disturbing. The picture of this 10-year-old girl, and she has the gun in her right hand. And I know for a fact she's comfortable with the gun. So somewhere down the line, she has held a gun in her hand before. Now, I absolutely positive, without a doubt, believe that the mother was 1,000,000% wrong in giving the child a bag with a gun in it. I promise you this, and heaven's backing me up. That child spoke with her mother as to what was going to happen. I'm going to pass you the bag. I don't know a loving mother on planet Earth that would jeopardize her child's freedom and life handing her a bag with a loaded gun. I don't know, Ms. Hall, she says, why is children being taught to shoot in the first place? Okay, well, that's another story, and we'll get to that at a later date. But a lot of parents are teaching their kids how to use firearms, you know. Allegedly, the mother, Miss Rodgers, was outside. Happened on Memorial Day, and they was grilling at her apartment, enjoying themselves. I guess some words were passed between her and Lakrisha. She alleges that she slapped her, and when she slapped her, she hit her back, and then the fight broke out from there. I just don't know how the child got into the middle of this here. I don't know. I just keep looking at the picture now. And she's standing there as if I've done this before. Now, she's in the custody of the state, where I think she should be placed with another relative. When this is all over, said and done, regardless of if the mother does any prison time whatsoever, I don't know a judge on the planet would put a dog back into that woman's care, not to mention a child. Now, she looks older than 10, but we called her and said, no, she's 10. Unless it changes, that's what I have to go by. She looks old. I know that. But my point is, she's extremely comfortable with handling this firearm. And that bothers me. That bothers me. We ought to teach our children what's right. We don't put our children into the middle of our mess. We don't do that. Ms. Jackson says she's grown and her mother doesn't have any control over her child. Let me say this, and I'm assuming you might know them and stuff. If that be the case, and that happens a lot, so you have to ask yourself, well, why is a 10-year-old out of control? First thing, no disrespect, we got to get back to a mother and a father, not a baby mama and a baby dad. We got to get back to parenting skills. You're not babysitting when it's your child, you're parenting. But if you were taught wrong, then you're going to teach wrong. I hear parents say it all the time: my mom, my dad, my best friend, vice versa. Your child, you and your child are not best friends. You're not. Mother, father. Mother, father. That's it. That's it. That's it. There is no, that's my best friend. No. That's your daughter. That's your son. There's a line that you cannot cross. But when we let children cross that line and we become their friends and they can say just about anything to us and do anything in front of us, out of our sight, and we're okay with it. Well, here's what's happening. You have just taken any respect that that child had for you and threw it out the window. Respect is never given. Respect is always earned. There's some things that you shouldn't be doing with your child. There's some things that you should not be talking about with your child. Someone says that this world is corrupt, or that's involved, whether children being raised in homes that brings up a dysfunctional homes. And that's true. And I hear people say, especially the court system, that the number one problem is there was no father in the home. Listen, I'm tired of hearing that, because you've got some mothers out there that's doing a damn good job. But once a child reaches a certain age, regardless of what you have taught that child, regardless of what you have raised that child to believe, when they reach a certain age, they will do what they want to do. It's no reflection on the parent. It's just they're older now and they're doing what they want to do. But you have to start early. Parent, father, mother, child, father, mother, child, and that's it. So we put the question out earlier today. Ms. Wright said, Rose Wright says, that's where we messed up at. I'm your mother, period. She just preached. Ms. Wright said, I'm your mother, period. That's it. And when you put a period there, there's no but. Nothing comes after that. Nothing comes after that. So my question tonight is, should the 10-year-old be charged? Because you got to realize, before you answer, you have to realize this. We're talking about a 10-year-old girl who pulled out a gun, fired 2 shots, and killed a woman, interrupted her life, interrupted their family. At the advice from her mother, I'm going to say it like that. So now, should the 10-year-old be charged with that homicide? And I am going to open up the phone lines tonight. If there's someone that would like to call in and speak on that, that would be fine. Just let me know. We'll get that number out there for you. But because if you ask me, should the 10-year-old be charged? Well, to me, that's a no-brainer. She has to be charged. She has to be charged because even though she was, I believe, influenced by her mother, we still cannot just give a 10-year-old a pat on the back when they have shot someone and ended their life. This is not a child throwing a brick in a window. It's not. This child has killed someone. This child has killed a grown woman. So if you pat her on the hand, you give them a pass, well, guess what happens? They're pumped up. They're pumped up. I killed one, I do it again. What should the child be charged with? I don't know. But you might not agree with this, many of you, but I believe personally that the child must face consequences. You know, just like we had a 10-year-old the other day make a post threatening to shoot up his school. It was fake. He was just talking, but they arrested that child. They took that child, put him in handcuffs, walked him to that patrol car, sat him in the back. And I totally agree with Florida for doing that. Next time, it might not be a prank, but we still don't know for sure if he wasn't real serious about it. We know he said he had guns, but he didn't. But for him to even conjure up a thought about doing that is very disturbing, because now it's in his mind. He's infatuated with what this other kid has done. So he wants to do it. They want to be famous. Miss Rose says, I understand that, but the parent should be charged and the child should be held accountable so she knows moving forward that there are consequences, no free pass. She will refrain, trust me. Ms. Wright, if I disagree with anything in that statement, then I'll be lying. I agree with everything you just said. Ms. Kim says absolutely she should be charged. At the end of the day, she knew what she had in her hand. She knew the outcome once she pulled that trigger. Her mother should be charged too. I agree. I mean, you can't disagree with logic, you know. Yeah, I don't know what charge, how much time she should be given. I'm not saying charge her and then send her back home. I'm not saying charge her and then place her on probation. I'm not saying that. I'm saying charge her and then lock her up for a certain amount of time. She's 10 years old. She's 10 years old and she pulled the trigger twice and ended somebody's life. There are real consequences behind your action. You keep looking at the age. I don't care. This was when you step into the shoes of a grown woman, then you must be treated as such. You have to be. Because if you don't, you're going to take people for granted. You're going to take life for granted. And even if you don't kill someone again, you will have this mentality that you bad. People are scared of you because they know you will get that gun. And it might sound ugly to some because I see the numbers are going down that's watching tonight, but you'll be all right in the morning. You will be all right. The child has to suffer some consequences because of her diabolical actions. The child is very comfortable with that gun in her hand. Very comfortable with it. So we can't let our kids do what they want to do and say, well, let's just go ahead and charge them. She's juvenile, you know. No, we have to stop that because then we are failing our children. Someone says, Louis says Facebook uses someone's hiding their name. Age of accountability. Yes, she has the understanding of what was happening when she put her hands on that gun. There is B says the child needs to be charged as an adult. She is 10. She knows right from wrong. That was trained, no slap on the hand. So basically, everybody here tonight is in agreement that she's 10 years old. We know her mind is not, as they said, fully developed, but as Dee said, she know right from wrong. She know right from wrong. So we can't punish the mother without punishing the child. Well, the child did what mom said. I don't care. I don't care. If you don't do it this way, then you open up Pandora's box. And you don't want that to happen. You don't want that to happen. I believe, this is not fact, this is my opinion, and I'm not trying to pass my opinion off as a fact. I believe before it went down that way, the mother and the daughter had a talk about what could go down. Kim says if they let her slide with this tragedy, what type of message are we sending to the other? You just preached to the other 10-year-old. You just preached. What? What are we telling them? It's okay to do it? No. They got mad at the sheriff in Florida. I agree with him 1,000,000,000%. There are real consequences behind playing. So now he too must suffer the consequences. If we want them to pay attention and to do the right thing, then we have to pay attention and do the right thing as well. This girl pulled the trigger, not one time. She pulled it twice and she killed that woman, a grown woman. I'm not being ugly, but I have no pity for her at this time. Yes, she did what mother told her to do, but she still had a choice. She knows right. She knows right, and that's it. This is I think it was over 17,000 people had saw that post before airtime, and we didn't expect it to go that far. But many of you were upset. Many of you were pissed. You were going off, and some comments we had to delete because there was a whole lot of stuff in there. We just deleted them. But everybody's angry. Everybody's upset. This is not a do-over. This little girl cannot put that gun back in her hand, take the bullets back, and Miss Rodgers wake up. No, you can't. It's done. Whether she knew what she was doing or not, it's done. And so she has to be treated as if she knew what she was doing. This is too young to start out like this. B says twice indicated she wanted her dead, and it wasn't a warning shot. B, you just preached. You just preached. What mentality was the child not taught? Because some Crowder says she knew exactly what she was doing, and she made the decision to shoot. She needs to be charged for murder, because that is what, this is my opinion, the mother saying, shame on her to throw her daughter's life away. I'm going to read that part again. Shame on her to throw her daughter's life away. You just preached. I don't know a mother would do that. So we have a thing around here. We say mother or monster. So I can't put mother. I have to put monster. Why would you do that to your child? I don't care if the argument or fight has something to do with something the children did. You don't put them in the middle of it. But you did that. Someone's dead, and now your daughter has to pay because you gave her that gun, and she knew before you gave her that bag what was in it. And when I get the bag, she knew exactly what to do. We have to stop giving her a little slap. Something easy. Don't do it again now. You lucky. You lucky. We can't do that. Mrs. Robertson says, it is true. She stabbed her cousin. Okay, I didn't want to go there. I think I told Cynthia a little while ago that I wouldn't touch that because when we talk with the police for what information they would give us, said we would go with that, and anything else we won't speak on because I don't know if it's true or not. But okay, so you brought it up, and I'm gonna tread lightly here. I'm assuming you're speaking about when someone said she was 6 years old and she killed someone. Your comment says it is true that she stabbed her cousin to death. I saw that on another post. I'm commenting, not sure. Oh, she says she's not sure if it's true. It's sad, all involved. Patricia Rogers, I totally agree. It is premeditated. This is Baker says it's premeditated all day long. Yes, lock them both up. Have the key. Examples must be made with kids, with parents. I mean, you guys are on it. I can't disagree with that either. I can't. We have to. Somebody has to be first. So if you want your 10-year-old daughter to be the first one to suffer serious consequences because of your actions and her actions, then you win. You play stupid games, you get stupid prizes. B says exactly that grown responsible mother, no grown responsible mother would put their child in grown folks' mess. Wouldn't do it. I love my mother to death. You all hear me talk about it a lot, and I would do nothing to stain her name. If something like that had happened, no, she will handle it. Kids go inside. Grown folks talk. Grown folks issue. Grown folks business. Even if it has something to do with you, grown folks talking. Go to the back. So if and I don't know this for a fact, but if you give a child a loaded gun, I'm wondering what else has the child been doing that the public don't know about that the monster was okay with. Come on, come on, come on. Ooh, I didn't want to say that. Somebody's hiding your name. It's Facebook user. They said mom used her child in order to keep herself out of jail, thinking they wouldn't lock up a 10-year-old child for murder, but she fooled herself. Those were my thoughts, but I didn't want to say that tonight. But since she said it, I'm gonna go ahead. Yeah, I thought that. I said, cause you ain't going to jail. You a child. They ain't gonna put you in jail. Okay, mama, I don't like this. Anyway, but even if it was a fact that the child wouldn't go to jail, who does that to their children? Who loves their children that they gave birth to, that they will put them in harm's way? What if Rodgers had come out with a gun and shot your child, took her off planet Earth? What you thought didn't happen. She killed your child. What if it hadn't went that way? I wonder how would she feel. I wonder how would she feel. As far as the mother is concerned, the mother should be, well, let me say this way. I believe the punishment must always fit the crime. And she must be punished to the fullest extent of the law. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You put your child in harm's way. Your child could have been killed. You don't love your child. And I would tell her in her face, you don't love your child. You don't. When we love our children, we take care of them. And we try as best we can to keep them out of harm's way. We'll take that bullet for them. We'll do that. But one thing mothers and fathers will not do is put a loaded gun in a child's hand and say, pull that trigger. What? I have no respect for her mother. I have no respect for her mother at all. She's been held without bond, and to God be the glory for that. I keep looking at this little girl once y'all seen her picture and how comfortable she is. Paul says some mothers don't care. They only think about themselves. And I do believe that what is it? Lakrisha, I think I'm saying her name right. She looks a hot damn Florida mess. Oh God. She do look a hot mess, but my condolences to the family of Miss Rodgers. This is unacceptable behavior with a child. Unacceptable behavior with an adult. I will never do that to my child. I mean, if I know if I do it, I'm going to jail. Well, guess what? I'm gonna have to go to jail because I'm not gonna let my child do it. So if your child had a future, you just killed it. And as many are saying, if you don't deal with this in a way that sends a message to other 10-year-old girls and boys, guess what? It becomes an epidemic because nothing's going to happen. You'll get a pat on the back. You'll go to juvie till you she's 10, 16 or 18 come out. Oh no. Listen, this child killed somebody. She didn't beat the woman with the pistol. She didn't shoot at the woman. She fired 2 shots, and someone said a little while ago, and it wasn't warning shot. And she did miss her. And so we cannot miss her in the court system. We can't. We cannot. But you got to be a little easy. I'm not. I'm just, I don't care if you're a family member of Lakrisha and you're on here tonight. I don't care if you are. I don't care. My question to you, if you are, how can you be okay with her getting a pat on the back and somebody's dead, whether you like the woman or not. You can't be. You can't be. That has nothing to do with justice. Nothing whatsoever. I done seen women fight it out in the streets, however damn well. But the kids, stay out of it. Simple as that. Your child is not your weapon. And that's what she did. She used her 10-year-old child as a weapon to kill someone else. That ain't love. That ain't love. Hall says, I have a 11-year-old granddaughter. No way I will not allow her to confront anyone for me. Amen. There's Miss Benford in the house tonight. Love you big time always. Great to see you. Thank you for that the comment you gave. I think it was today or maybe last time I put something out. I greatly appreciate you there. So we have to get it together. The daughter is 10 with the correct guidance and with the legal system. That goes to the legal system. If you didn't want the system in your life, too bad. You just did. You put them in your life. Yeah, don't be late. Again, you're gonna be in timeout. I'm serious this time. So it's still a possibility that this child could go in another direction in life, the right direction. But if she doesn't, there's but one person on planet Earth to blame, and that's the same female that gave birth to her. You may as well took that child, put it in front of your chest, gave Rodgers the gun, and said, shoot. Your child could have been shot, but you didn't give a damn. You didn't give a damn. I don't know if it's true or not. The report says that Lakrisha, I hope I'm saying her name right, was drunk. I don't know if she was drunk or not, but something's wrong on this picture. I know she looks a hot Florida mess. And it was very shocking. You know, I called my sister and she was like, I just couldn't believe it. And I couldn't believe it. I read some more articles and I'm like, so let me just call it jail. Because I just couldn't believe it. And then when I saw her in rare form, I said, oh, she's comfortable with using that gun. And you see the expression on her face. She's angry. She's doing what mama said do. That's a disgrace. Miss Smother says, they said the 10-year-old. Okay, yeah. Someone brought it up earlier. The 10-year-old stabbed her little cousin to death. The mother is unfit. Oh, we know that. Yeah. So I don't want to say too much about another child being stabbed to death because I hadn't been able to verify that. I'm not saying that it's not true, but I try not to speak on something that I don't know whether it's true or not. You know. The mother is unfit. Indeed, she is. Now, this child, Ms. Hall says, maybe she's alive to take her life. Now she's being labeled a killer. Well, yeah, she's being labeled a killer because all y'all can say it with me. She is a killer. I don't care what she meant not to do. That ain't it. She's labeled that because it fits her way. She's a killer. And she has her wonderful mother to thank for that. I find it despicable. Despicable. I was so pissed. I said, I'm gonna do a little something tonight. I just had to talk. I guess I just wanted to vent. You know, but we have to realize that our children are not our protectors. We are their protectors. We don't put them in grown folks' mess. If a child and another child has had an argument or a fight, y'all stay in here. I'm gonna go and talk to such and such, and that's it. You don't say shit. That's how I was raised. You let us deal with this here. But this is the result of poor parenting. And someone used the word unfit. That's it all along. Unfit. Unfit. And I don't know if she has any more children, but if she do, hopefully they're grown. But if they're not and they live with her, I'm sure by now, if that be the case, the state has already come in and taken them, but right now, no disrespect to the family, but I don't even think the child should go to a family member right now because I would like to know their state of mind. I mean, how they think. You know what I'm saying? Our kids look up to us. They do what we do. They could care less about what we say sometimes. They want to be like us sometimes. That's my mama. I'm going to protect my mama. No, you are not. No, that's your mother and you're a child. You won't protect her. No, that's not for you to do. But if I gave her permission to take the gun and kill the woman, what else the child been doing in that house that you and I don't know about? I promise you, there's something else behind this. If she gave her permission to do this, what else has she given her permission to do in her house? Come on. Some people shouldn't be allowed to give birth. It's just that simple. The child didn't mess her life up. The mother messed the child's life up. And a lot of kids that go to juvenile or prison or both never come out and be productive citizens. They repeat that cycle because in those jail cells are killers, thugs, liars, thieves. And you're coming into a system and you yet but a child, somebody, Bertha, will groom her. But you're not going to like the way Bertha grooms your child. But you did it to your child. She's naive in thinking, but she will learn fast. When you get behind those bars and mama can't come get you out, daddy can't get you out, you in until they say you come out or you die. It's just that simple. There is no other way to go around it. Lamar says, sad for the child. Exactly. I'm sad for the child, but the child must be disciplined. And I don't mean lightly. If she'd have hit her with a stick or a ball or something, yeah, maybe. But somebody's missing a family member tonight. Whatever I want for my family should be the same thing I want for you and your family, whether we agree or not, whether we're enemies or not. I'm gonna get out of here. I just want to come and talk about this because I was pissed, and when I saw so many people commenting on that post we put out. Miss Wright says, "Oh my God, where is that at? So sick." This happened in Orlando, Florida. Over the weekend, where Mr. Rodgers, I think, is the one that was had people over outside of her apartment. It was celebrating on the grill, they say, and I don't know what happened, but the report breaks down and says that allegedly Lakrisha, if I'm saying it right, slapped Rodgers. Then they got into a fight. How the child got into it, I don't know. But what I do know and what the police know is that the mother of that child handed the child a bag with a loaded weapon in it. And the child went in it and retrieved that gun, fired twice, and didn't miss her target. If you can't, and we're gonna get out here, if you can't raise your child, if you don't have any parenting skills, someone would love for you to raise your hand and say, I'll teach you. But until then, bring her over. That child should have never been given a gun, especially from her mother. The mother, just like the father, is supposed to be the protector of that child. And you hear me say it all the time. Parents must protect their children like Secret Service protects the president kids. They don't leave any room for any harm to come to that child. But there was one person that harmed that child that should have been teaching that child about strange things, doing the right thing. The one person that harmed that child is the person who gave birth to the mother, the monster, the monster. I mean, we got quiet on the phone probably about 2 minutes, me and my sister, because we was gone. We says, I can't believe it. We can't believe it. You may not give a damn about somebody. You may not like that person, but somebody loves that person. Somebody needs that person. If you, as an adult, want to get out there and battle with it, do your thing. But whatever you do, don't put children in grown-ups' mess. Now you got her mind messed up. She's ready to come out. She want to go home. Well, now, no, you can't eat what you want to eat now. You can't do what you want to do now. So now we're waiting to see what the state attorney is going to do. Are they going to pursue charges? I don't know if they're going to pursue charges or not on the child, but if it was up to me, yes, I would. I would have done it by now. Okay, I'm going to read a couple of comments. We're going to get out of here. That's Miss Patricia is here tonight. It is so sad. Hall says you cannot watch news or Facebook shootings and killing. I'm so tired of it. It says it in the Bible. The devil will ruin this earth by killing. Hall, I told my sister that I said the Bible's fulfilling itself. We also talked about 2 shows. The first 48, and then we talked about cops. Shows that I used to love. So watch. Then one day it dawned on 98% of their cases are focused in the Black neighborhoods, as if white folks don't do nothing like this. And when I thought about it, I got pissed. I said, so you're trying to brainwash the people that Blacks are monsters and white folks are superior. They don't do this here. Watch the game. It goes back to what Willie Lynch said. So don't kill the slave. Don't kill them. You're killing valuable livestock. You put them at war between each other. And the only somebody can referee this with some intelligence is white folks. It's still happening to this day. Willie Lynch told the truth. And the things that little girl was used to doing, no, you won't be. There's no TikTok, there's no Facebook, Instagram, nothing. What you did at your house, you won't do at this house. You eat when we said eat, and you eat what I give you. If not, then you'll starve. You can cry until the river meets the sea. You pulled that trigger twice. And emotions don't win cases in the court. It's the law and someone's action. I hope we're gonna go that her mother, the monster that gave birth to her, never, ever, ever see freedom again. Never, ever. She's earned that. She's earned that for being unfit, trifling, and she's existing just to be existing. We're not benefiting from her being on planet Earth as a free woman. She's a monster in human form. and she needs to be in prison until the day she died. The last comment is from Lamar says, I live in Corpus Christi, Texas. I'm Hispanic, and they're killing each other like nobody's. You know what? The white guy in the Buffalo that killed killed the blacks in Tops supermarket. I know y'all seen the video. When he realizes, watch it. When he realizes his gun is focused on somebody white, he apologizes. I'm sorry, my bad. Go on. And go on and kill more people of color. So why did I say that? I said that to say is as evil as he is, I have to respect him for that because he loved his own. He will not hurt his own. But now we, on the other hand, we do it every day. And the white man, believe it or not, don't need our help killing us. They're doing a damn good job of it. People of color are under attack. Always. 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 Somewhere we went wrong. Nobody gave a damn. And today, many still don't give a damn. I thank you all for tuning in tonight. When we get some more information on this case, I will bring it to you all. Remember, I'm not always right. You're not always wrong. If you're financially able to, we ask you that you reach a little strip down there and send a donation so we can continue to do what we do through PayPal, the Cash App. Again, thank you all for tuning in to our live broadcast. I'm Scott. You'll enjoy you.